Namaskar and welcome to Express News. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar laid the foundation stone of the Nandlal Nuwal Indology Centre in the national capital Delhi on Monday. Speaking on the occasion, the Vice President said that the new building will usher in a new era for the department where students from all over the country will get better education opportunities in Indology with modern facilities. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh visited the Republic Day camp in Delhi on Monday. The minister honoured 2 cadets with the Raksha Mantri medal and 3 cadres with the Raksha Mantri citation certificate. Addressing the cadets of the National Cadet Corps, the Defence Minister said that joining the NCC is a matter of pride and bears the burden of the nation's progress. After a show of the NCC cadet band from the northeastern state of Mizoram, the cadets also performed on stage displaying the cultural strength of the country. The 85th All India Presiding Officers Conference was inaugurated by the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla in Bihar's Patna on Monday and was welcomed with a guard of honour by the Women's Battalion of the Bihar Police. Addressing the event, Om Birla remembered those great personalities who scripted and debated the Constitution. The 2-day conference is being held on the theme of the 75th anniversary of the Constitution, contribution of Parliament and state legislative bodies in strengthening constitutional values. On Republic Day Parade 2025, the Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh said this year's Republic Day Parade will not only emphasize military strength but also celebrate India's rich cultural heritage. In view of the enhanced security arrangements ahead of the Republic Day on the 26th of January, the security checks for passengers has been further intensified across the metro stations in the capital of India, that's Delhi, till the 27th of January 2025. The motorcycle rider display team, that's the Daredevils of the Indian Army, they created a world record for the highest human pyramid on moving motorcycles on Monday at the Kartavya Path in New Delhi. This formation was 20.4 feet tall and it comprised of 40 men on 7 motorcycles. The cordon and search operations launched by the Jammu and Kashmir Police and security forces continued in Sopore on Monday. The hideout was busted on Sunday, where fire was observed from inside. The Indian Army has been deployed to Rajouri district in the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir to provide essential supplies to the residents as a mysterious disease has been wreaking havoc in the region, claiming 12 lives over the past 45 days. A Kolkata Sessions Court has sentenced the prime accused Sanjay Roy to life imprisonment in the RG car rape and murder case. The judge ordered the state government to pay the victim's family compensation of 17 lakh rupees. India's Ministry of Mines, in collaboration with the government of Odisha, is hosting the 3rd National Mines Ministers Conference from the 20th of January to the 21st of January this year at Konark in the Indian state of Odisha. The conference is presided over by the Coal and Mines Minister G. Kishan Reddy. The Election Commission of India is organizing a 2-day international conference which is titled Global Election Year 2024, a reiteration of democratic spaces, takeaways from EMBs in New Delhi on the 23rd and 24th of January, ahead of the National Voters' Day. The Chief Advisor to the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, Avinash Kumar Avasthi, and his delegation, they briefed the foreign media on Monday about the various facets of the Maha Kumbh 2025 and its cultural, spiritual and digital significance. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has enforced robust measures at a massive scale to ensure the availability of safe and hygienic food for millions of devotees at the Maha Kumbh 2025. At Maha Kumbh 2025, Uttar Pradesh government has executed some mega projects like setting up a modern tent city and installing 30 pontoon bridges for pilgrims. The trial of the first 18-coach AC train from Katra in Jammu to Budgam in Kashmir was conducted successfully on Sunday, marking the successful completion of the Udhampur-Srinagar Barumura rail link project. Some business news now. The Indian equity markets started the week on a strong note. The Sensex was up 454 points, settling at 77,073.44. At close, the Nifty was also up by 141.55 points, ending at 23,344.75 points. The Indian rupee rose by 5 paise on Monday to close at 86.55 against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on February 5 were priced at rupees 78,982 per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for March 25 maturity stood at 91,401 per kg on the MCX. Oil prices fell on Monday, with Brent crude futures dropping 28 cents to $80.51 a barrel. TikTok is resuming its services. This is for 170 million users in the United States, after the President-elect Donald Trump said that he's going to revive the app's access in the US when he returns to power on Monday. Bitcoin hit a record high above $109,000 on Monday as Donald Trump signaled plans to deregulate the cryptocurrency sector, preparing to be sworn in as the US president. The 54th edition of the World Economic Forum has kicked off in Switzerland's Davos. Geopolitical and economic uncertainty, trade tensions are topping the Davos agenda. India stands at the forefront as one of the world's fastest growing economies and a global hub for startups and digital innovation. This is what the World Economic Forum report has said on Monday. India's Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav will be taking part in the World Economic Forum 2025 in Davos. Vaishnav will present India's vision and inclusive growth and digital transformation at the event. India's External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar, who's in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration of the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, held a meeting with the Japanese Foreign Minister Takeshi Iwaya. Both leaders reviewed progress in bilateral cooperation. The EM Jai Shankar also met his Australian counterpart Penny Wong and held discussions on the state of the world. Reliance Industries Chairman Mukesh Ambani and the Reliance Foundation Chairperson Nita Ambani posed for a photo with the US President-elect Donald Trump a day before his swearing in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump will be inaugurated as the 47th US President today in a star-studded event that will be attended by a galaxy of foreign dignitaries. US President-elect Donald Trump addressed supporters at a victory rally in Washington, D.C. ahead of his inauguration on Monday. The outgoing U.S. President, Joe Biden, on the last day of office as president, visited South Carolina's Black church-going community and the African American Museum on Sunday. While addressing the media, Biden claimed he put his highest efforts and weight behind the Israel-Hamas truce deal. As part of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, 90 Palestinian prisoners and detainees were released on Monday with celebrations in Beituna, with fireworks lighting up the sky. 3 Israeli hostages reunited with their families after being released from captivity in Gaza on Sunday. The World Health Organization has expressed its readiness to pour aid into Gaza during the Israel-Hamas truce, saying that it would need systematic access across the territory to do so. Canada's former Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, has launched her campaign to replace Justin Trudeau as the Liberal Party leader and Prime Minister of the country, pitching herself as the best option to oppose the incoming US President Donald Trump. Russia has opened a criminal investigation into allegations that the Ukrainian troops had killed civilians in the Russian village that had been seized by Kiev's army. In the foreign ministers' meeting of ASEAN, the decision to bar Myanmar generals from summits and foreign ministers' meetings was taken on Sunday. The decision has been taken in view of Myanmar's junta's failure to implement the 5-point consensus to resolve the issues facing the Southeast Asian nation. South Korea's acting president Choi Sang-mok expressed deep regret over what he called illegal violence at the court building in Seoul. This is on Sunday. Supporters of the arrested President Yoon Suk-yeol had smashed windows and broken in. India's Minister of State for External Affairs, Pabitra Margarita, has met with the President of the Federated States of Micronesia, Wesley Samina, and the Vice President Aaron B. Palik on Monday. The leaders discussed bilateral relations and development cooperation between the two nations. Continuing India's ongoing support for Sri Lanka's fishing industry, the High Commissioner of India, Santosh Jha, distributed fishing nets to the fishing community in Jaffna's Point Pedro northern province. 8 people died and 7 were injured in a fire at a nursing home on the outskirts of Serbia's capital Belgrade on Monday. The fire was caused by arson. More than 80 people have been killed in Colombia's Catatumbo region. This is by the National Liberation Army guerrillas, according to the governor's office in Norte de Santander province and the Human Rights Ombudsman. Hundreds of Salvadorans are protesting the newly appointed law that reactivates metallic mining in the country. It was banned in 2017. The law was passed on December 23 last year. Let's take a short break at this time. Stay with us.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग के लिए तेरा एसआईपी के बारे में क्या ख्याल है?
रिटायरमेंट
अभी तो पूरी लाइफ बाकी है यार। और तुझे नहीं लगता अगर रिटायरमेंट के बारे में अभी से नहीं सोचे तो आगे जाके प्रॉब्लम होगी?
पर रिटायरमेंट के बारे में सोचना क्यों है इतना जरूरी? जब तक आप रिटायर हो जाएंगे महंगाई काफी ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी और आपकी इनकम वो तो रुक ही जाएगी। इसीलिए आज ही म्यूचुअल फंड्स में एसआईपी शुरू कीजिए और हर महीने थोड़ा थोड़ा करके धन इकट्ठा कीजिए एक कंफर्टेबल रिटायर्ड लाइफ जीने के लिए। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने वित्तीय सलाहकार से परामर्श करें। LIC म्यूचुअल फंड द्वारा निवेशक शिक्षा की एक पहल। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिम के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
हम मूंगफली बेचते हैं, अपना अकल नहीं। ये मैसेज देखिए, कहते हैं लॉटरी लगी है, लिंक क्लिक करके UPI पिन डालो पैसा मिलेगा। अरे हमको मालूम नहीं है क्या? इधर UPI पिन डाला, उधर पैसा गायब। मूंगफली वाला हूँ, मूर्ख नहीं हूँ। याद रहे, UPI कहता है अगर कोई लालच दे तो कहो मैं मूर्ख नहीं हूं।
Welcome back to Express News. Let's continue with more stories. Firefighters in Los Angeles made headway in controlling wildfires that ravaged Pacific Palisades and Altadena. However, forecasters predict a return of the fire-prone weather on Monday. The California fires have killed at least 27 people and destroyed more than 10,000 structures in the residential enclaves of Pacific Palisades and Altadena. The U.S. President-elect Donald Trump plans to visit California after his inauguration to assess the damage, despite previously criticizing the governor there, Gavin Newsom's response to the fires. Bandipora region of the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir experienced a fresh spell of snowfall, transforming it into a winter wonderland. The temperature dipped below zero in Kashmir Valley on Monday. India's weather department, it has issued a forecast for widespread rain and snowfall across Jammu and Kashmir for the next 5 days. Fog conditions prevailed over northern states of India on Monday. Delhi also recorded a temperature of 12.6 degrees Celsius, resulting in disrupted train services. India's Met Department has predicted light to moderate rainfall along with isolated thunderstorms and lightning over coastal Tamil Nadu and Puducherry due to strong northeasterly winds. The Moroccan city of Ifran and its surrounding areas were covered in white because of a snowfall that the region experienced. Visitors flocked in large numbers from the nearby cities to enjoy the beautiful natural scenery. The recorded snowfall also contributes to increasing the filling rate of lakes and waterfalls. Authorities declared a natural disaster in parts of eastern Australia where gales have toppled trees and knocked out power to tens of thousands of homes. Ahead of Trump's inauguration, Indian sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik dedicated a sand art to the US President-elect Donald Trump at the Puri beach in the eastern Indian state of Odisha. As the Maha Kumbh enters the 8th day, more than 2.27 million pilgrims visited the Mela on Monday. The Russian Orthodox believers plunged themselves into icy water in St. Petersburg on Sunday to celebrate the Epiphany despite unusually mild winter weather and thin ice. In fact, in Russia's capital, Moscow, it saw similar scenes where the Russian Orthodox believers plunged themselves into icy water to celebrate the Epiphany. Believers celebrated the Epiphany, and rescuers also and medical workers were on standby, and they kept a close eye on those who took to the waters. The age-old ritual, it commemorates the baptism of Jesus Christ in the Jordan River. The Epiphany of the Russian Orthodox Church is celebrated on the 19th of January. The 47th International Circus Festival of Monte Carlo has kick-started in Monaco. The annual Circus Festival in Monte Carlo continues until January 26. Breakdancers from all over the world took to the floor in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro for the closing of the International Breakdance Festival. Performances were excellent. People wowed the audience with intricate footwork, spins and gravity-defying moves on stage. The festival combines both sports, culture as well as dance. And Amsterdam has officially kicked off the tulip selling season during the National Tulip Day. And this year's National Tulip Day, it's dedicated to celebrating Amsterdam's 750th anniversary since its founding. A large bath complex within the private house attached to a banquet hall, it has emerged as an evacuation site in Pompeii. Now, Pompeii was the home to about 13,000 people when it was buried under ash in the volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius. This happened in the year 79 AD. The majestic Bastille Independent Art House Cinema in Paris welcomed 18 dogs with their owners to watch Walt Disney's 1955 animation romantic movie, Lady and the Tramp. The Argentine singer-songwriter Fito Páez delighted his fans with a free concert in Mexico City's iconic Zocalo Square. This free concert was just one highlight of Páez's current Páez 40-30 tour, and this event is organized by the city's Secretary for Culture, and it drew about 80,000 people. Around 850 people devoted their daily lives to preserving the memory of more than 1 million people who died in the Auschwitz Nazi death camp, which was liberated about 80 years ago. Pet owners are reunited with their animals at the NGO Pasadena Humane, which took in more than 500 pets when fires broke out in Los Angeles on January 6. At a shopping mall in Beijing, AI pets are helping young Chinese to reduce their social anxiety and provide emotional relief. The Mumbai court has remanded a man arrested in the Indian actor Saif Ali Khan's attack case to police custody until January 24. The teaser for the action comedy film Dhoom Dham. It stars the actors Yami Gautam and Pratik Gandhi. It was unveiled on Monday. The actor Karanveer Mehra has been crowned as the winner of the Session 18 of the Big Boss, beating Vivian Desana in the Battle of Votes. Musicians Billie Eilish and Lady Gaga, also Johnny Mitchell and Jelly Roll, they will take to the stage with other big names at the wildfire relief concerts in Los Angeles this month. This is what the organizers have confirmed. Disney's Mufasa, the Lion King. It topped the North American box office over the long weekend, and the animated film earned an estimated $15.5 million for the period Friday to Monday. The Indian men's and women's Kho-Kho team has scripted history. They've scripted history on Sunday, and they won over Nepal in the final and were crowned the inaugural World Cup 2025 champions. The Indian captain Rohit Sharma and Yashasvi Jaiswal have been included in Mumbai's squad for the first match of the second leg of the Ranji Trophy, commencing on January 23. That's good news. The wicketkeeper Rishabh Pant has also been officially announced as the captain of the Lucknow Super Giants for the Indian Premier League 2025. Debutant Nigeria scripted history, defeating a formidable New Zealand by 2 runs in the ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup on Monday. Denmark's Victor Alexsen won the men's singles crown at the Indian Open Badminton Tournament, while Ansi Young claimed the women's singles title on Sunday. The World Anti-Doping Agency said that it will not appeal in the case of Iga Swiatek. The Polish player accepted a 1-month ban after testing positive for a banned substance last year. Yannick Sinner advanced into the Australian Open quarterfinals on Monday. The top seed dropped a set before coming home 6-3, 3-6, 6-3, 6-2 against Holger Rune. Madison Keys upset Elena Rybakina 6-3, 1-6, 6-3 in Melbourne to march into the quarterfinals of the Australian Open on Monday. Elena Svitolina has recovered from a subpar start and is now charging past Veronika Kudermetova 6-4, 6-1. She's reached the last 8 as well for the third time. Iga Swiatek ended Eva Liss's historic run at the Australia Open, blanking her in fact 6-love, 6-1 on Monday. Swiatek will now face America's Emma Navarro in the quarterfinals. Some chess news. The Indian Grandmaster Pragnananda defeated his compatriot Pentala Harikrishna in the second round of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament in the Netherlands. India's D. Gukesh has remained unbeaten after becoming the world champion. Gukesh held Slovenia's Vladimir Fedosiv to a draw in the second round of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. In hockey, India League, Kalinga Lancers came from behind to win a high-scoring thriller against Delhi Pipers on Sunday. In the women's hockey, India League, Odisha Warriors have secured a 4-1 win over Bengal Tigers on Sunday. Manchester City's Phil Foden scored twice as it hammered Ipswich Town 6-love on Sunday to roar back into the Premier League's top 4. And that concludes the Express News. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.